Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette with another reading for the month of April. Now, before I tell you how I'm going to go about things, let me just put in a plug for different services because I've had people come over again and again and again, and first-time readers go into a series of patterns. Every 2 weeks they come back for a reading, or every 3 weeks, and it would be wise to come in for a free consultation and talk about the different things that would be best for you, depending on your issues. A lot recently have come to me for past life regression, and a fair amount for hypnotherapy because of certain different issues they've had. But then we saw together that it would be best to either just go to a card reading or just go to soul therapy. And in most cases, however, we did go through past life regression. Now, I would consider all of the different services because sometimes it's just not a card reading. What you'll find is that you see patterns in your life. The same things keep happening over and over again. People come to me and say, I just can't find I just can't keep love in my life, or even no matter how I try. And others keep telling me there's illness there. It recurs often, and or my dreams, I've had nightmares over and over and over again. So every issue is different. But then most of the times, a lot of the times, just a card reading will do. So now, what are we going to do this month? This month I have here my tools, as always, but I'm thinking of doing it this way, and it will be different. It will be tailor-made for every sign, I think. So I have here my picture postcards, the fine arts picture postcards, then my Silver Witchcraft Tarot, and then my Vera Sibilla cards. And of course I'll have on hand the Neapolitan cards should I need them, and crown the reading this time with my antler runes. You know that antlers fall off, and there was a wonderful woman who crafts these. They're beautiful and they're very easy to see. So on to the next, oh, happy birthday, Aries. On to our readings for April. Hello, Leo, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for you for the month of April. Let's see what's in store for you, Leo, for the month of April. Before I put these cards down, Leo, I felt, this is what I was feeling for you. You're in a relationship you don't like. You're with someone, not that you don't like, you're in a position, let's put it this way, you're in a position where you don't like what you're doing. You don't like how you project yourself. You don't like how you interact with that person, And then I lay these cards, and what I get is, and I'll show you these after I mix the other cards and lay the other cards. I see that you're there watching, and you have this, you have different layers of your your public life, the way your public persona. And what I see is you being a public persona, but there's under the surface, there's this really longing. I feel there's longing there. There's longing at a very deep soul level, and longing for something that you know will never be able to return to you. Many of you, I see these cards as pointing to an old love of someone who has passed, someone who was very close to you, and a lot of it is pointing to melancholy. This sort of nostalgic dream state. But you're not moving forward. Okay, you're not moving forward. But it's a moment of change. This is what I'm getting. Let me take the Silver Witchcraft Tarot here. Okay, now these cards are painting a story here where the energy is ultimately in your power and you're going to be moving forward. I'll show you in that later. Let me take the Vera Sibilla now. Well, you know, as I said, there is this longing, but in the current state of affairs today, in April, you have created a life for yourself, an emotional life, a relational life with someone that you felt was needed. It's like a stopgap solution, in the sense of, putting a band-aid there. If I don't do this, I'm going to suffer. So I need a social life. I need someone to take me out. I need to go out with them. I need to see someone. I need to, I need the benefits of a friendship. I need, and this is what I see you in a temporary shifting and sliding situation. Let me show you. But that ultimately leads you to understand more clearly what your objectives are. Let me show you these paintings here. I have Renoir, Two Sisters on the Terrace, 1881. And this longing comes from the Expectations, 1885. This is by Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema. Then I have the Priestess of Delphi, the Oracle of Delphi, 1891, by John Collier. And The Wave, by Gustave Doré, Paul Gustave Louis Christophe Doré, The Wave. And the last of the series is Starry Night, Mississippi Queen, Ryan Lee Waldron. They're painting a very, very, inner churning situation of understanding, full well that that person will never come back, whether they have passed or whether they have moved on to another situation. That, and that's the Oracle of Delphi tells us that. But what do I have here? A beautiful, beautiful concentration, because it is the focus. 3, 2, 1 cards. And I have the Empress, l'Imperatrice. This is an Italian deck. The Empress, the Sun right at the top, and the Three of Cups, ultimate celebration. And they're followed by 2 cards that are the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Going slowly at a pace that you're going at now requires a lot of determination and patience that you do not have. But you've planned. I see you as seeming to have planned, and you're enacting this plan. And I have the Chariot. You're moving forward. Come what may, I'm going forward. Very strong, very powerful Dio, the month of April. Very strong. The Vera Sibilla, 3, 2, 3 cards are giving us quite a bit of detail here. Amica, the friend. Whoop. Dottore, the doctor, and Consolante, sorpresa. Amica is a card that speaks to harmony. Harmony in caring for the details, caring for someone. This in many of you, and I'm seeing 22%. I know it sounds silly, but I get numbers. 22% of you have to do with a person who is a legal professional, scientist, artist, a profession. There's a profession coming through. And the consoling surprise I see here. There's the result, the positive result of your actions, the positive result of your strategizing, the positive result of your being with someone to make the time go by. Then I have here sospiri, sighing. This is an awaiting, hope, and torment at the same time. That waiting game is so difficult for you to go through. It's so difficult for you to go through. Imeneo, this is the nuptial dance. It's telling me that what you have planned for yourself, this other person who may not be in your life for very long, is in any case beneficial to you, will have a positive effect on you. Then I have here leggerezza, the lightness of being, Gran Signore, or Gran Dame, and the Messaggero, messenger. This is an announcement, Leo. This is an announcement of happy days are here again. This is coming in the future. A very important person in your life is coming in the future at a moment when you do not expect them. But there's the messenger, and the messenger is a very ambiguous card in this deck because it is a medium. Okay, a messenger is a medium. They say they're the diplomat that gives the announcement. They give the message, but it gives the message in a moment, and in a way, in a fashion, they package the message in a way that, on the one hand, you don't understand, but on the other hand, you are perfectly aware that it means you're doing the right thing and that there is something coming out at the end of the rainbow. I'm going to take now the runes and see what they have to add here. Quite a number of, it seems as if you are in no way suffering the month of April, but in no way. Actually, au contraire, you're having yourself a good time. But it's that inner voice, that's the conscious. Your conscious is saying, I know this is not the right person for me, but I really do need this type of attention, Oh, let me go get Let me see where it fell. Where has it fallen? All right, now, all of the runes have fallen now. What I'm seeing here is a concentration mostly on the center of the spread and the rejoiceful nature. All right, I have Manat's bright stave, and Pedro Merkstave, which tells me that you don't know now. You can't see it now, but you will be in a very, very happy situation, come what may, in perhaps May. There is also Isa here. Isa always turns the head, makes people go crazy because it's a scary rune. But in truth, what I'm seeing here is that you need to come into your own. You need to understand what you truly want. You know what you truly want. But don't be angry with yourself. Don't treat yourself badly. If you're, don't be too negative on yourself. If you're judging that perhaps you're with the person who's not important for you now, that's not to be done. Kinats here is here to tell us that it's something that can be seen at a certain level, underneath the, or read between the lines, but it's not going to be apparent to you specifically and soon. I understand that sometimes when we do readings, Leo, and especially in this case, at times when the reader starts interpreting the cards or whatever the tools are, or even, psychically, a few of the words seem to contradict what they say previously. But in this case, I stand by my reading, and because, first of all, there's sospiri here, the sighing, the waiting, finally, and Thurisats. Thurisats is a rune that saves nothing in its wait. in its wake, sorry. And it tells us that you will have to wait. There is a waiting here before you feel that, yes, this is, I'm in familiar ground again. This is where I feel comfortable with this person, another person. Hagal and Hagalas here is over the rune a consoling surprise, consolante sorpresa. And it's telling us that take the little signs, take the little positive aspects of the current situation now. Take them home, because that's what's going to feed the energy for you to go forward without any of that, mea culpa, and giving yourself, being difficult with yourself, or, don't be hard on yourself. I've left the best for last. Now, there are two cards here, the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, right next to each other. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very, very firm, very grounded, very closed in many respects. She's very closed. She's very not open to new things and to new people, especially in this case. And I have the rune Lagus, Merkstave. And that is your downfall, Leo. That is going to be your downfall. On the Nine of Wands, I have a Rido bright stave, and you're going to be carrying forward this burden of truth, of your truth, this burden, this feeling that, what am I doing? My God, I'm taking advantage of this person. Am I taking advantage of this person? I'm having a good time, but, maybe they're falling in love with me, But what I have in between those is Aljit's bright stave. It is a protective rune. This is a rune that this situation is going to protect you and move you ultimately to the May, the month of May, where things start changing for you, where you'll start seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel. I do hope this was of help to you, Leo, friends, and until we read together again, namaste, my friends. Bye-bye.